Hello everyone, Julia here, and today is Thursday the 11th of March, and I wanted to jump on today to update you about our thinking following on from the various announcements from government last week, particularly the budget statement by the Chancellor and the Prime Minister's announcements about the roadmaps to reopening for various sectors, including our own. Now there's quite a lot to get into today, so now might be a good moment to make yourself comfortable, maybe grab a cuppa, sit back and relax, and we'll get straight into it. So I wanted to begin by touching on the news that was announced as part of the budget statement that the government will be extending the job retention scheme up until the end of September. As with last year's scheme, it's expected that employers will make contributions. They'll kick in July, and those contributions are going to be 10% in July and 20% in the months of August and September. But that doesn't affect the value received by the employee, which stays the same throughout at 80% of salary. I think a figure that you're very familiar with now. So I'd like to confirm today that it is our intention to utilise the extension of the job retention scheme for both contracted and casual staff. We think it's absolutely fantastic to have this lifeline available to support staff as we continue to navigate the incredibly difficult and challenging climate for our sector. We will be sharing more plans about our reopening in due course, but I think I can safely say today, when we do reopen, we will not be the organisation that we once were. We will not be operating at anything like the level of capacity in terms of visitor numbers and other types of events that we've been used to. And I think it may take quite some time, perhaps even years, before we're back up to those kind of capacities. So it is fantastic to have this lifeline available, which means that we can begin to bring staff back gradually whilst allowing other staff to be able to continue to benefit via the job retention scheme ahead of being able to bring more employees back into the operation as we begin to reopen more parts of the Lowry and its programmes. We'll be in touch with everybody concerning specific arrangements for individual roles across the organisation. So what kind of departments or team numbers will be needed in the months of May, or how will that change in the month of June if we move to a removal of social distancing, for example. And we'll also be in touch with skeleton staff, just to say that for the moment it is our intention to continue as is. And HR will be issuing updated letters to the skeleton teams to confirm those arrangements. I'd love to have another conversation with all of you about what all of this means and test out some of our ideas, hear from you. And so we're planning an all-staff Zoom call to talk through our plans for reopening. And I would plan to have an employee consultation forum meeting ahead of that all-staff Zoom call, so we can talk it through with the employee reps too. And then even more exciting, on Monday the 17th of May in the Lyric Theatre, we hope to bring everybody together for a face-to-face briefing similar to the one that we held in October. And more information about all of these arrangements will be shared in the coming days and weeks. A final point whilst we're talking about jobs, there is an announcement being made today by Greater Manchester organisations, arts organisations who come together as a consortium, and we're all taking part in the government's Kickstart scheme to create 40 new jobs, 3 at the Lowry, the rest across Greater Manchester, for young people aged 19 to 24 who are currently unemployed or are claiming universal credit. Now, these are new apprenticeship jobs that come with funding, and they are not replacement roles for any existing jobs. So I just want to be clear with that as you begin today to possibly hear about these new roles being advertised. And now I'd like to move on to talk about the second part of the things that I want to update on, and that's our planning around programme as we begin to look to tentatively open our doors again. So we know from what the Prime Minister has announced that we've got two key dates to bear in mind. The first of those dates is the 17th of May, the earliest date by which theatres, galleries, venues can open, but with social distancing and other mitigation in place. And the second date, the 21st of June, the earliest date by which government expects us to be able to operate without social distancing and other mitigation. So those are the two dates we've got an eye on, and those are the dates we're planning around. However, also included in those announcements was the confirmation from government that those arrangements are subject to scrutiny of what's happening with the pandemic in the coming weeks and months, and also particularly a number of pilot events that are being held at venues across the country in April. And government has said that it will only confirm those opening dates of the 17th of May and the 21st of June 1 week before each day. So of course that doesn't really give us the certainty that we need to plan with, with great confidence. But I think if our experience before Christmas, all the planning that we did to try to get open with 6, if that taught us anything, I think it taught us how to be flexible. So it's not going to stop us. We're going to definitely put forward a programme, but we are going to need to be prepared to change arrangements at very short notice. So what I can share with you today is a little bit of an update on what our initial programme will look like. So we're planning for outdoor performances of Contact at Salford Quays and Manchester City Centre from Tuesday the 18th of May. The Days Like These exhibition and the Ellis Lowry collection in the gallery from Saturday 22nd of May, weekends only. And from Monday the 1st of June, we're excited to be welcoming Northern Ballet back into the building as they bring to us their production of Dangerous Liaisons, which will be appearing on our lyric stage. All of that, of course, is subject to that 1 week notice that government has promised. So in effect, that means we will expect to know for sure on Monday the 10th of May. Ahead of all of that, this Saturday, the 13th of March, the Lowry is taking part in a global event to mark the first anniversary of the shutdown of theatres worldwide. Jason Manford will be performing an unrehearsed one-man show called White Rabbit, Red Rabbit, live from our Lyric Theatre stage on Zoom. This is a famous work in which the performer doesn't get to see the script until they're actually live on stage, so it promises to be really interesting. Tickets are just £10 per household, and all proceeds are going to our emergency appeal, so please sign up and join us if you can. Tickets are available from the homepage of the website. And we're also excited to share with you news that thanks to support from the Art Fund, we're taking some of the work from our Days Like These exhibition out onto the streets of Salford via a billboard campaign. So do keep an eye out for the giant 48-sheet poster sites and digital billboards across the city sharing some of the great public contributions to the exhibition. We'll also be sending postcards of some of the work to 20,000 homes in Salford to raise awareness of the exhibition, and again, thanks to support from the Art Fund to make that possible. Last of all, just to say that next week is Light It in Red Week, a movement to shine a spotlight on the situation of the events industry during the COVID-19 crisis. We'll be lighting the building up in red with thanks to our wonderful team of technicians, and we'll be sharing work on our social media to tell our story of the past 12 months, so do stay tuned. Thank you. I just want to say to finish, it has been a long update today, so thanks for sticking with me. I hope you found some, if not all of that, of interest. I think it's generally really exciting that we're moving into this phase of planning to reopen. You know, I know all of the caveats about the uncertainties and things might change, but it still feels a lot more positive to be planning to reopen and to begin to bring work back into the building. It has been fantastic to have that partnership with the Ministry of Justice, who've been able to use our building whilst we haven't, and have obviously provided a rental income to us, which has also been a lifeline during this period. And it's really great that they've been able to extend their contract with us as each of the lockdowns have been extended. So I think we're now looking to see that arrangement come to an end in August, in line with us being able to reopen not only parts of the building but move towards fuller reopening with larger capacities. And as great as that partnership has been, I can't wait to bring that arrangement to an end, because it means that we'll be back in the building, being able to open up our programmes of work. I know that our audiences are desperate to engage with us, and likewise I'm sure many of the team, many of you out there, you're also probably really keen to be back in and doing stuff that I know we all feel really passionate about. So it does feel a lot more positive. But we've still got many challenges ahead. So there you go. I sound like a politician, positive challenges ahead. But I think that's the truth of where we are at the moment. Thanks again. I do hope you're all well. Looking forward to seeing more of you on the Zoom call, and then again, hopefully in person on the 17th of May. Thank you.